Engineering, Amrita Viswa Vidyapeetham, deemed to be University, Coimbatore, India. He has over 20 years of teaching, research, mentoring, training, consultancy, and academic administration experience. He has taught in academic programs in USA and Europe at University of California, San Diego, Sofia University, Bulgaria as an Erasmus Mundus Fellow. Has written 6 books, edited 2 books, one book chapter, and over 50 publications and he has over 50 publications in reputed journals, books, and conferences. He has mentored student teams which have won premier international and national competitions like Smart India Hackathon, Rajasthan Hackathon, TCS Digital Twin Challenge, and represented India as part of National Hackathon team for Singapore, India. Hackathon and felicitated by Honorable Prime Minister of India, Sri Narendra Modi. He has also been ranked as top innovation mentor in India by Atal Innovation Mission and coordinates Atal Innovation Mission activities at Tamil Nadu as regional mentor of change. He has been serving as chairman, vice chairman, coordinator of Amrita Deemed University's internal quality assurance cell since 2009. So it's my pleasure to invite Dr. Prashant Nair. Sir, thank you very much for accepting our invitation and sharing your expertise with our participants.
Yeah, thank you very much, Dr. Sitaram Murthy, for the kind introduction. A very good afternoon to all the participants of this training program on developing cyber security models based on statistical and deep learning. I believe today we have this faculty development program has just started today, and my agenda today would be to give you an overview of the basic fundamental concepts of machine learning and how machine learning fits into the superset of artificial intelligence. In fact, I will be giving you a basic flow of the fundamental difference that is existing between artificial intelligence. I'll also give you some idea about this thing and give you a bird's eye view, just a sensitization on where machine learning, deep learning, statistical learning, the different techniques and tools that are there, where they are being applied in the context of cyber security. So that is the basic agenda of the talk. Then I understand that in the subsequent sessions, a lot of seminars on various models which are being used, like support vector machines or clustering or classification models or regression into the cyber security context. So this is a primer. The presentation that I am giving is basically a primer on machine learning, an overview on machine learning and what it entails. Dr. Sitaram Murthy, are you recording this video? Okay, I don't know.
Yeah, I am, sir.
Yeah, yeah. Okay.
Sir, yeah,
you have started the recording?
Yes, sir, we are recording, sir.
Okay. I will request you to send me the video so that I can put it on my YouTube channel.
Okay, sir. Yeah.
Thank you very much. Yeah. Let me just share my slides. Just give me a minute. Is the slide available? Is it visible?
Yes, sir, visible.
Okay. So, generally speaking, I thought I'd also tell you my experience working in these concepts of machine learning and cyber security. So I have been working in Amrita Vishwa Vidyapeetham for more than almost 18 to 19 years. In fact, almost a decade I was heading the computer science department. I have only stepped down as vice chairperson of the department last year. Last year means 2019. I stepped down to take over the role as the university campuses. Actually, I was holding the job, the role of the chairman of the university level IQAC, even when I was the vice chair of the computer science department. Now I am only focusing as the chair of the IQAC at the Coimbatore campus. So, with regard to the topic, of course, I am very much actively involved in computer science activities. Primarily, mostly I'm focusing on mentoring a lot of teams for hackathons. Many of them use machine learning, IoT, digital twin, and that kind of idea. And cyber security, I used to teach in the cyber security MTech program, and even today I'm involved in a DRDO project in cyber security, but I'm not allowed to divulge the details of that thing. Okay, so that is the agenda for the talk, and let me just expertise about my expertise. Let me just start with the slides. So this is how the agenda is. I will give you an overview of machine learning. What is machine learning? The various concepts in machine learning. What is the purpose of machine learning? Different types of machine learning approaches. How machine learning fits into the overall scheme of things in the artificial intelligence, and some fundamental about artificial intelligence. But as I mentioned, I will only give you a glimpse into the concept of machine learning in cyber security applications, just some broad contours of where they are being used, and in the subsequent lectures, I believe you will be able to get a better idea about what's actually happening with respect to various tools and so on and so forth. Yeah, see, many of us have this misconception, and actually speaking, it is an either or kind of relationship that we see on and off. What is machine learning? Many of us confuse machine learning with artificial intelligence with machine learning, to the extent that many of them use these concepts in an either or fashion. Means either or relationship is how we use these concepts, but there is basically a subtle difference between the two. See, artificial intelligence is basically the superset, and definitely speaking, making machines intelligence, making machines act like human beings, making machines function, predict, act, react like human beings. Perhaps the biggest building block is nothing but machine learning. Machine learning algorithms are probably the most important tools that enable artificial intelligence. But there may be other tools also. There may be other tools that drive the artificial intelligence. So I can say that very confidently, I can say that probably machine learning is the engine for artificial intelligence, the main engine. There may be some other heuristics or some other technologies, tools, and so on, which can also be engines. But definitely speaking, the concept of artificial intelligence, the engine is machine learning. The biggest component, the most important component, and the engine is machine learning. There may be some other tools, but they are all minor. And that is why people refer to machine learning and artificial intelligence in an either or fashion. There are slight differences. There is a subtle difference between them, but still people still say they are more or less the same. So we will see why and how, because I'm going to give you an overview on both ML, machine learning, and AI, artificial intelligence. Now, let us see why we need to do machine learning. See, today we are living in in an explosion of information. We are living in an age of big data. If you see the amount of data that is being generated every single day, it is astronomical in nature. If you see the amount of data generated in a day in Blu-ray disc, Blu-ray is not at all a popular format for music. People prefer DVD, CD. Blu-ray is not at all a very popular medium for storing music. But if you see the amount of music and data that is stored in Blu-ray discs all across the world every single day, it will be equal to 4 Eiffel Towers. You can imagine that much data is there. And mind you, Blu-ray is a very, very unpopular medium. Now, let us take social media. Today, out of the world population of 8 billion people, almost more than 5 billion people are on some kind of social media. Number of users of Facebook is over 2 billion people. 1 out of 4 people in this world use Facebook. If Facebook 2 billion souls, after Facebook it is probably China, 1.5 billion souls. After that, perhaps India, 1.3. So that is the impact of this social media tool called Facebook. Now the numbers may be very similar. Maybe Google, Gmail may have perhaps 2 billion users. Twitter may have 1 billion users. And you can imagine the amount of data that is available. Even if out of the 2 billion users of Facebook, 200 million people are posting every day, you can imagine the amount of data that is being created. Terabytes of data, zettabytes of data. I don't know what is above that. Terabytes of data, zettabytes of data are being generated on Facebook every single day, perhaps every single second. Gigabytes of data is being generated. That is one part. Now you look at sensors. Your car, the car that you are using may have perhaps 10 or 20 sensors. You know, the sensor that is used for the radio meter, the fuel meter, what is it, the accelerator, the counter for the number of kilometers or miles being appended and added. 20 different sensors may be there in your car. You do the math. If there are 5 billion cars, you can imagine how much of data 20 sensors per car is generating for 5 billion cars. And I'm not talking of Tesla car. Tesla car may have 100 or 150 sensors. I'm talking of the common normal car. See how much of data is being generated. Corporate data. Every day you may be getting 100, 150 emails. You're replying to 100, 150 emails. Imagine the amount of data that is being generated by your email. So we are living in such an explosion of data that we refer to as the big data. And this explosion of big data requires us that this data is a minefield of information, is a treasure trove of information. And we need to make sense out of this information. Now, I always tell, when I take data mining classes, it's my own explanation. The data has to be converted to information. The information has to be converted to knowledge, and the knowledge has to be converted to intelligence. I will repeat. The data has to be converted to information. The data is highly unstructured in different formats. That data, you have to make it into an information, into a structured format which people can use. And that minefield of information has to be extracted with the most important information, the stylized facts, the important aspects, the pertinent aspects have to be extracted. So the information has to be converted to knowledge. Knowledge means that information is useful. Not over, that knowledge has to be converted into intelligence, which you and me can use. Actionable information, actionable insights, so that we can use this data which has been converted to information, and that information into knowledge, we can use it for intelligence. So this is my own, I'm not going with the textual definition. Data is converted to information, information is converted to knowledge, and knowledge is converted to intelligence, which you and me can use. Able to find out the products and services that they want. No company can deny that. No company can deny that this is a minefield of information. I'll give you a simple example. I have been using an iPhone for the last 7 years. If there is an information that I have been using an iPhone, I might have posted a photo on an iPhone, I might have gone to my iCloud, iTunes, I could have put something on the iCloud. So much of stuff is there, right? And I am the most likely person to go for a higher version of iPhone, which I'm just waiting for my sister who lives in America to buy me an authentic one. I don't want to buy something here. I'll buy something from the US. As soon as she comes to India, she'll ship it. So there is a clear pattern in my behavior, which I am telling you, but it is already available in my social media profile or in some information, and I am able to mine that. I am able to upsell. Upsell means I have an iPhone 8, I'm likely to buy an iPhone 12. Upselling. There can be cross-selling also. I already have an iPhone, I'm likely to buy an iPad. In fact, I use an iPad for taking all my classes. I'm likely to buy an iPhone, I'm likely to buy an iPad, I'm likely to buy an iBook for as a laptop also. So that is cross-selling. So the data can be mined, the data is converted to information, the information is converted to knowledge, knowledge is converted to intelligence, and what will happen? There is cross-selling, upselling. Selling higher models, selling other things that are related also. And that's where machine learning algorithms, machine learning techniques, tools and methods come in handy. So this is what I've been trying to say. Machine learning is a great tool to analyze this big data, huge amount of data, convert the data, make it presentable, make it information from unstructured to structured. Then convert that into knowledge by finding the hidden patterns and relationships, and then converting that knowledge into intelligence, extract information to enable decision making and insights. So this is the sequence of steps of the big data. First you identify the pattern and first you convert the data into information, which is from unstructured to structured. Information is nothing but the data is structured. Data is unstructured, different formats, different tools, different techniques and so on, different files, different extensions and so on. That you convert it into a structured format. The data converted to information. Then that information converted to knowledge by identifying patterns and relationships. And from there you extract it. Extract what you want. Extract the intelligence out of it, and then use that intelligence for making decisions for gaining insights. And where it is there, you see this slide, everywhere there is data. If you see this, it would be Twitter data, it would be sensor data, it would be MIS data, ERP data, it could be web data, it could be SMS data, it could be WhatsApp data, Facebook data, everything and anything in multiple formats, video files, audio files, text files, whatnot. But all these files are trying to identify patterns, relationships, extracting it and making it into intelligence, taking decisions and getting insights. Now, if you see the terminology about machine learning, there are inputs, there are attributes. See, we have to understand, there are some terms that are very important for machine learning. Many a time we call attributes as feature dimensions. So any item will have features, attributes, or dimensions. We will have inputs, we will have labels. Machine learning involves, especially when you are classification or clustering, you are trying to group them into different finite groups. And for each finite group, you are giving a label. So we have to understand with the various terminologies that we will be using for machine learning. We will be using attributes. Attributes are nothing but dimensions or features. Labels are nothing but you're grouping on one set of records or this thing, and you're giving them a kind of a label or a name. Then you of course have inputs, outputs, targets, samples. Samples are nothing but the record. So, but primarily we will be looking at labels means and attributes or features and dimensions. Anyway, we will see this as we move forward. Now, coming to the approach of machine learning, this is what I have been trying to tell you. You are first understanding the problem, understanding the data, understanding the problem, extracting the features from the data. The features means there may be features that you want, there may be attributes or features or dimensions that you don't want, but you only take the ones that you want. Identify the problem, choose a method or a tool to analyze the data, train and test the data, and strive for accuracy. I will explain this as we move forward. Now, here I want you to impress upon you that I told you that data has to be converted to information, information has to be converted to knowledge, knowledge has to be converted to intelligence. Now, in this process of conversion of knowledge, data to knowledge, we have to focus on methods and tools to convert that data into information, information to knowledge, and knowledge to intelligence. There are dime a dozen tools. There are many tools available. Now, one major challenge that we have to understand is we need to understand that since there is a multiplicity of tools, techniques, and methods, there are different types of data. So many methods are there. There are regression methods, clustering methods, classification methods. The challenge over a period of time becomes which tool do we use when? That becomes the challenge. Now, I'm sure many of you have heard about data science. I already told you machine learning is a subset of artificial intelligence, or rather, machine learning is the engine that drives the.
Monday, Wednesday lopala pettali kada ma'am.
Dr. Sitaram, can you please mute everybody? I'll request all. Let me just mute all. Somebody is talking. Yeah, can you hear me? Are you able to hear me? Okay. So
Yes, yes, we can hear you, sir.
yeah, okay. So as I mentioned, yeah. So there are so many tools that are available, right? So many tools for machine learning. I told you it is converting the data into information, information into knowledge, knowledge into intelligence. Now there are so many tools available for each of these steps. The challenge becomes, which tool do we use for what kind of method? Which tool do we use for what kind of data? And that is where the concept of data science creeps in. As I mentioned, most of the data is unstructured in multiple formats. The data has got tremendous variety, different formats, different extensions, different files. The data has got tremendous volume, so much of data. The data has got tremendous velocity. Every second, lot of data is coming. The data has got needs a lot of veracity. Veracity means the data has to have some authentication, whether it is a good data or a bad data. So data comes with volume, huge amount of data. Data comes with velocity. Every second, so much of data is coming. Data comes with variety, different formats, and data requires veracity, whether it is good or bad. Now, data science is ensuring that this data is pre-processed in such a way that the machine learning algorithm or the tool or the technique, whether it is regression, whether it is clustering, whether it is classification, is able to quickly act on that data, convert it into actionable intelligence. So the data science is the science of that data. Because the data has got tremendous speed, tremendous amount, tremendous velocity, very quickly it is coming, and we need to authenticate the data. We can go for data science to clean up the data, pre-process the data. And when you pre-process the data, make it in a format which is ideal, machine learning takes over from there. So I think I have tried to explain to you the subtle difference that exists between AI. AI is the superset. Machine learning is the engine of that AI. It's a subset of the AI, the engine that drives the AI. And data science is the science of pre-processing the data, making the data in a format that is tailor-made, that is easy for machine learning tools and techniques and algorithms and heuristics to take over, so that we are converting this data into actionable insights, into actionable intelligence. So this is the thing. So I wanted to stress upon that what data science is also. Now, as I mentioned to you, dime a dozen. So many tools are there. And what is the link with cybersecurity? You can understand from this slide. This is a taxonomy of machine learning and deep learning. Please understand, deep learning, statistical learning are nothing but subsets of machine learning. There are very little differences there, but I am using machine learning to be the broad concept, and within that we have deep learning and statistical learning. But now, what are the threats? There are threats: perimeter security, cyber security, physical security, device security, network security, cloud security, web security, interface security. Everywhere you need to have security. And many of these machine learning, deep learning, statistical learning tools are helping for that. And that we will see so many methods are there. We will see that quickly, at least. And the challenge of the the engineer, the software developer, the software engineer, the scientist becomes, what method should I use for what kind of data? I think that becomes the most cardinal point. That becomes the most important aspect, so as to speak. Now let us see the various types of machine learning. We have supervised learning, unsupervised learning, and reinforcement learning. These are the broad aspects of machine learning. Three major.
Hi, how are you? Finally came. So when you came here?
Can you hear me?
Yes, sir, we can hear you.
Again, somebody got disrupted it. Yeah. So the three types of machine learning are supervised learning, unsupervised learning, and reinforcement learning. We will see each of them in detail. Supervised learning means that you know. So in many cases, supervised learning is also called as classification thing. So in supervised learning, you know what the see, you want to buy a chair online, you know what the chair is made about, you know the dimensions, you know the aspect ratio, you know everything. You have a complete instruction manual. So the entire instruction manual is there. Now what do? You look at different types of contraptions and find out which is a chair, which is a